Hello, we are the co-founders of Swifte.
So if you guys know anything about Atlanta, you know Atlanta traffic is terrible. It is actually one of the top 10 in the world for the worst traffic. The only thing worse than being stuck in traffic is not having a car at all. So how many of you guys know what it feels like to be on a college campus without a car? Okay, so you know exactly how I felt when I came to Athens my freshman year. Had to decide how I was going to move between Athens and Snellville without a car and navigate to and from home. So Olivia, one of our frequent users, has the exact same problem. She goes to school in Los Angeles, but her home is in San Francisco. So how does she navigate that 5-hour drive to and from school? So she has a couple of options. She can take a car, but she doesn't own one. She can take the bus, but it's inconvenient for her to get from her college to the bus station. She can fly, but that's expensive. She can take an Uber, but that's even more expensive than a flight. So what's her last option? To carpool with other students. Now, this is not a unique mind frame. There's many Facebook pages at many universities across the nation that have over 10 million users that are looking to carpool with other students. Of the 20 million college students in the United States, 60% of them do not have cars. So 80% of the drivers that are on the road today are driving alone, leaving 400 million vacant seats. Not only are these 60% of students without cars, they are also a large portion of the people driving the sharing economy. Not only are they trying to decrease the number of cars on the road and decrease the cost of traveling from one place to the next, they're also looking to save the economy, save the environment. For example, Shreya posted 15 hours ago and saying that she needed a ride from Berkeley to UCLA. And then Katie posted 14 hours ago that she was willing to give someone a ride to fill a seat in her car. This is something that is not unique. There's 32,000 similar posts that are happening every week. So how does Swifte get involved? So to get involved with Swifte, the first thing you would do is create a profile. You would link this to your Facebook page, which will get a picture and a name just so people can see who they're dealing with, give some prior reference to some things about you through that Facebook page. It would ask you some personal questions about you, like what do you like to do for fun, what type of music do you like to listen to, just to kind of get to know you and your personality to keep transparency throughout the process. All of people that sign up to be a driver would have to go through a background check, and they would have to get insurance as well as license verification, just to ensure that everybody was driving safe. After that, users are then able to either post to say that they're willing to drive or post to say that they need a ride. Riders can then look for drivers that they want to ride with. Unlike many other apps, they're able to select the people that they want to ride with. They can look at all of the people that are willing to drive and then kind of go through the profiles and see who they're most alike, so that not only will rides be shared, but also friendships will be created. So after that, the driver, whenever they receive a request for a ride, they're able to either deny or accept that request. Plenty of riders that need rides, and there's plenty of drivers that have vacant seats, and we're the perfect people to connect them. We've seen this through our extensive success. We've been named in the top 70 of the best travel apps in the United States. We've gained a lot of traction so far. We've been able to not only grow from 300 users at the University of Georgia to 10,000 plus users at over 60 college campuses across the United States. We've saved our riders over $20,000, and we've also been able to decrease CO2 emissions by 40 pounds. We've been named in numerous publications. We were 1 in 8 chosen to pitch at the South by Southwest conference, and we are an official women-owned business. Our marketing strategy is honestly the most efficient thing that we have running right now. We have many brand ambassadors, many local partnerships, email campaigns, just a lot of things that we're doing to get our name out there. Our largest partnership is with the 88 university pages, naming us a priority carpooling app that can be used.
So not only are we for students, we're trying to expand to the public market this year. We released our new feature called Groups, which means that even companies as well as events can create a group within the app that users can use to carpool to events. For example, a sporting event or a basketball game or even a football game. They can all create groups that their users can be able to use to carpool to the events. For example, our first company that we're working with is Barron in Atlanta to create their company carpooling group within our app. We're also working with the Atlanta Hawks to be able to create their group for the next season so that all their season ticket holders can carpool to the game together. With that being said, the ride-sharing economy is a $3.6 billion industry, and we plan to take 20% of that by year 5. Some competitors. We have some competitors in the space. However, we're offering our users a low cost for long-distance travel. For example, a trip from here to Atlanta will cost our users $15, which is way cheaper than $130 on an Uber. So what makes us different? We're focusing on an hour or more commute. So that means 60 miles or more. We're also really event-based, as well as offering our users a community of carpoolers, of a safe environment, as well as a cheap price compared to other alternatives in the market. So our business model is to let the driver set the price. So the driver can set the price based on the type of car they have, the type of day they're leaving, such as weekend versus weekday. We then keep a 20% fee and pay the driver out 80% of that price. In the future, we do plan to include ads in the app once we reach a million downloads. So our user projection/revenue is to hopefully get 1 million users by 2018. With that, that is feasible because we're all planning to do this full-time post-graduation, and hopefully be 6.6 million users by year 5. We also plan to expand to the public market at the end of year 2 with our Groove feature that I just mentioned before in the previous slide. We have an amazing team of dedicated individuals from here as well as California. We all have a vast experience in both developing, finance, marketing. We have a team here in Athens as well as SF and LA. So I'm currently based out of SF with our advisory board because they're trying to help us grow it out in the Bay Area. We have an amazing advisory board with our main advisor being Jeff. And Jeff, he currently works for Yahoo. However, he has experience working for Google as well as one of Uber's co-founder, Gary Lee, a few years ago before he went on to become one of the Uber's founders. Our advisor also includes Dr. Al from UCLA because we're currently in the UCLA Accelerator. So he's helping us currently grow our market out in UCLA as well. Our last advisor is Lynn Bascio, who works for Atheist Budget Group. She also used to work for Zipcar, so she's helping us to basically grow out our traction and hopefully partner with them in the future once we reach 1 million users. Our current goal is to raise $250,000 by the end of this year, and that's to help us with development as well as marketing and expand to 50 more schools. We thus far raised $30,000, and so this pitch will help us greatly in reaching that goal. So thank you for listening, and when you think of carpooling, think of Swift. Thank you.
First, I want to thank you that was a wonderful presentation. You did a great job of delivering it. So you've already launched the app, is that correct?
Yes. So we launched at UGA last year. We actually pitched here last year as well. So we started at UGA and then we expanded to UCLA because one of our co-founders goes to UCLA and came on board this summer. So then we got into UCLA Accelerator, which have been helping us to grow in the LA area.
So at UGA, how do you rate this? Is it the number of rides you've done? How is it done at Georgia? Tell me the metrics of success.
So number of rides posted as well as given. So we have around 1,000 posts, and we have given 400 so far at UGA.
That's good. And pricing it.
Pricing. So one thing for regulation-wise, we're letting the driver set the price because we don't want to get into the whole legality of that. So the driver will set the price based on their needs. However, we believe that they're balanced each other out because you won't obviously charge $100 from here to Atlanta because nobody will pay for you to take in there. So the price is around 15 to 20 from here to Atlanta.
How does Uber set the price?
Exactly.
How does the competition do it?
Sounds good. So the IRS set rate for carpooling is 56 cents per mile. So Uber is actually way above that at 90 cents per mile. We're actually below that when our average being 30 cents per mile. So we're actually within the limit that IRS sets so it would not be considered profit, but as breaking even.
I've seen similar sites in like apartment leasing and apartment sharing where you go and you pick who you want to go with. How much do you think how much influence in the decision to ride or not ride is based on do you like the person I'm riding with?
That's definitely a factor. I mean, students, if you need a ride ASAP, that's not gonna matter to you, but we're giving them the option to be able to surface that as well. So our goal is to have plenty of options in the app, so you just have lots of options to pick from. So definitely the music type does kind of play a little bit factor of just you don't want to be in the car with an hour with somebody who's playing some music you don't like or just like
right.
or not interested in your kind of style. So definitely giving the users the opportunity to be able to pick those drivers that best fits them, as well as like fostering friendships because you're in the car for an hour or more. So definitely be able to like create the talking points such as like, oh, you like this music, I like this music, let's talk about Beyonce or Drake or something like that. So.
Right, right. Well, that's great.
Also, a great job. Are the drivers rated from a recurring driver standpoint?
So after each ride, the driver and the user are rated. So based on a 5-point and also adding comments. So I'm not sure. On the profile, you can see their comments as well as who booked them before. So you can see my ratings, a 5, as well as my bio and who I ride with in the past.
So you can track and see the
Yes.
metrics around recurring.
Yeah.
And you mentioned in the presentation starting to work with businesses.
Yeah. So one
So,
thing.
I'm sorry, and you also mentioned tying it to Facebook.
Yes.
So as a business person, I actually hate Facebook. So how would I use the app? If I-
Definitely. So you don't have to sign up with Facebook. It's just a recommended option, just because you can get your picture, phone number, everything at one time. So if you want to do it the longer way, you can log in and just add in the information yourself as well.
Yeah, I don't have a Facebook, so I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Or other interfaces like LinkedIn or anything
Yeah,
else?
definitely. In the future, we definitely plan to partner with hopefully LinkedIn,
Right.
Twitter, or Instagram to be able to get those. Just a faster login process is what
Sure.
we're aiming for.
Sure. And just in terms of verification, you mentioned of the driver with all the news headlines with Uber drivers and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Can you just talk a little bit more about the verification
Yeah,
and the
so
insurance side of things?
Okay, so definitely we need university email. So basically, you can see who is a university student or not. So that can play into factor of who the driver picked to write with. So we're currently partnering with a company in SF who is doing our background check. So that's also a fee that we're paying for them to just do a background check of just the basic one, just seeing their their driving history, so we can maybe create a safe environment for everybody.
And there's also verification of insurance as well as their license.
So with the 20 points that you get for every rider, with the cost with your background check, with the overhead that you have, what does that leave you?
So we're currently left with 15%. So we're currently using Stripe as our payment system, which is 2% right there. And the background check is actually through a friend of Jeff. So we're currently getting at a really low price for a bulk. So that's where we're currently using those. So 3% of the money is going towards 3% of the fee is going towards that. So we're left with 15% as a revenue.
And if you look from last year where you were working versus where you are today, would you say 90% of your revenue is coming from the University of Georgia program?
Actually, our biggest market is actually California right now. So our main users are from South Cal to North Cal, so LA to SF all the time. That's actually a higher profit margin because that ride is between 30 to 35 because it is a 5-hour drive. So our main customers right now are in LA/the Bay Area.
Okay. And what do you think in 2017, your revenue? What's your goal for your revenue?
Our goal for this year is, hopefully $1 million, and that's with just basically, we're all doing this full time once we graduate in May and June, so hopefully at that point we can be able to really go hard and grow faster than we are now. So our goal is hopefully $1 million and be able to introduce those ad features in there, which will definitely increase our revenue model.
Great work. What is the distinction between the green and the blue?
Oh, that the blue is the users and the green is the profit. Our revenue.
Okay, and the purple?
Oh, that's just students versus public. So we plan to expand to the group feature in end of year 2.
Okay, excellent. Can you talk a little bit more about user acquisition efforts?
Yes. So definitely one biggest thing is marketing. So brand ambassadors on each campus. We have 2 at Georgia, 2 at UCLA, 2 at UC Berkeley and UC Davis. Sorry. And definitely one of the things is also partner with different Facebook pages on Facebook. So once upon a time, some students are just creating groups with their friends and we would carpool with them in those groups. So we basically reach out to all of those people, which is around 88 groups right now, and just ask them to basically use our flyer as their banner on Facebook. So once the people log into the Facebook pages, they can see our banner and be able to download us and download our app straight from those pages. So that's our biggest acquisition right now is through those pages.
Any idea on the user acquisition cost?
Right now, one thing besides that is basically passing out flyers, passing out free stuff, college students love free stuff. So that's around, let's say $1, $2 per user.
Okay.
And we project around $90 in revenue from each user per year.
Really?
Yes.
All right, that's impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, great. Last question. How did you guys end up in 2016? How did you end up from a revenue and user standpoint in 2016?
4,000.
4,000
But then
users?
we, 4,000.
Okay.
Yeah, 4,000. But we did the freemium model in the beginning as well, so we didn't really charge a profit for the first couple of users. I mean, charge that 20% fee just to get more users on board for that year.
Yeah, so it was $4,000 that was gained, but 10,000 users on
Okay.
60 campuses.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Excellent.
Have any of the users repeated?
Yeah, definitely. We have definitely, our goal is 9 times out of the year. So our average is around, right now, 2 to 3 times. So yeah, definitely our ideal customer would be coming on 9 times a year, which is 9 months out of the school year they're in school. So 1 time a month to go home or to go to an event is our projections.
I really like the idea.
Thank you.
One thing is the revenue and the profit model and the funding model of this thing. Have you looked at Uber's
Yes.
funding model?
Yes.
How much money's gone into Uber?
A lot. A lot. But one thing we're doing is, our model is a little bit different because people are already going there anyways. So we're not really paying the driver, the whole legal fees of insurance. We're minimizing our costs on that because we're sticking within the IRS rate of 56 cents per mile. So we're cutting out of the legal costs as well as insurance costs to those models.
Yeah. I love the space, though. Y'all did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.